It's called waste ignition system.
Yeah, two
Waste
sparks
And,
of the coil.
ignition
and you can
system.
see two coils. One coil right here and one coil right here. That system is gonna feed 4 cylinders. How I know that? Because you have 4 towers. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Every coil is gonna feed 2 cylinders. Every coil is gonna feed 2 cylinders. What's the purpose of waste ignition system like the one we see? What's the purpose of it?
Waste ignition system.
Save money.
It's so that
What's the difference between that one and other ones? Like, how can you tell this one's a waste ignition system?
Does it say you don't have to have 4 coils?
You're right. Instead of having 4 coils, the engineers came up with that design to save 2 coils. And the whole idea is by saving more money on the parts, the profit can go up. So that design is gonna save 2 more coils.
So 2 coils is waste?
So that's how they come up with the waste ignition system. One coil can fire 2 cylinders at the same time. One spark will be used, and the other spark will be wasted. So which spark will be used? If the cylinder under compression, the spark will be used and will be used to fire the mixture. If the spark under the exhaust stroke, the spark will be wasted.
To answer your question on what year that was, I think it was like 1974 or 5 when I first heard of them. That's when the CR 125s first came out with those on them. Before that, was points.
So the change was in the 70s.
And those points never worked when you did river crossings. The CDI seemed to be more waterproof.
Yeah, so I get the point. The point was there for almost 50 years. And then second generation came, CDI, and now we have the third generation, which is the computer and sensors. So this one here, if I bring you this coil, I mean the lab is gonna be like this one. Like on Tuesday we're gonna have the lab online. How it's gonna work? I'm gonna bring you a picture like this one. I'm gonna put numbers. I'm gonna ask you how to measure primary on this coil, how to measure secondary on this coil. So here is the answer. To measure the primary on this one, look here. You gotta connect the 2 leads, one right here and one right here. I'm talking about these 2 leads for the DMM. The DMM has 2 leads. Can you see them, guys? The black and red. One goes right here in the center, and one goes to this one for this coil. How about this coil? You use the center and this one for primary. One more time. How to measure primary circuit? You use the center pin and the left pin for this coil. How about this coil? You use center pin and the right pin for this coil. You gotta connect these 2 leads either to these 2 or to these 2. That's for primary. How about secondary? The secondary is gonna measure between the towers. You measure between the towers. So between the tower, you put 1 lead right here and 1 lead right here. You measure the secondary for this coil. Now you go to the other coil and you put 1 lead right here and 1 lead right here to measure secondary. And always remember, primary has to be in ohms. Normally 1 ohm, 2 ohms. Secondary circuit has to be in kilo. How much? Normally 10,000 kilo ohm. So,
I got a question.
yes, sir.
For testing the secondaries and those spark plug wires pull off, will it say in the manual to leave the wires on or off to test the coil?
So the manual will tell you measure with the cap or without the cap. So the manual tell you measure with the cap. Let's go back here to the cap.
Because that's resistance, right? The wire in the.
Yes. So the manual will tell you measure the secondary using the cap. Here is the cap. Using the cap or without the cap. So normally you put the lead one right here, and the other lead goes right here for secondaries. If you tell you remove the cap, then you remove the cap. So it depends what the service manual says.
Thank you.
People watching me, if you have a question, you can answer me or ask me. I can
Yeah, I
answer.
had a question about the ignition coil, that one. Is the center one the ground when we test for primary?
Actually, the center one is the power.
Oh, and what are the other two?
And this is the ground for this one, and
Oh,
this is the
okay.
ground for this one. People ask questions, please. Okay. I'm gonna post this PowerPoint on under files today, so you guys can review it and prepare for next week.
Is there
Are
a
we
test
meeting
next
next
week
week?
also, or it's a
Are we-
following week?
Are we meeting online next? Oh, sorry, Neil.
Sorry, Sam.
It's a lot of lag.
Uh,
Go
we're,
for it.
meeting, we're meeting online, same time, every week.
Okay, cool.
Same
If there's a
bat
holiday,
time, same bat
holiday,
channel.
I'll tell you an announcement. There's a holiday. Any more questions?
Is there a quiz next weekend also?
Always the quiz after the chapter, sir.
Okay,
Always the quiz after the chapter. So next week there's no quiz. There's a quiz the week after.
Thank you.
I have
and there's
to-
no quiz next week, but the week after?
Yes.
Okay,
By the way, I already updated the syllabus. Go to the syllabus and look at it.
okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So
All right.
this slide here says spark plugs provide spark and spark plug heat range. Let's talk about the heat range. What does it mean by the heat range? That means we have different spark plugs for different applications.
Right.
If you have a Honda, you'll find the Honda recommend 3 different spark plugs for 3 different applications. There is one is called hot plug.
Code and standard.
Yeah. Before I
Right.
talk about the spark plug, everyone can see the spark plug right here.